I took a brand new channel from 0 to 1 million subscribers in just a few months and made tens of thousands of dollars. But here's something you should know. This content is faceless, and I basically just copy what others are already doing. With that said, I still managed to get over 1 billion views, and in this video, I'm here to explain how you can do the same and make enough money to quit your job. We will go step by step through 4 chapters, and at the end, I will tell you a secret tip that I have never seen anyone else mention on YouTube. Since I made this video for free, but it has the potential to change your life, the only thing I ask for you in return is that if you're done watching it, replay it from the beginning and put your phone upside down while you do something else. This would put my watch time at 200% and boost the algorithm so more people can see it. Step 1. Creating your channel. Here's the first thing you need to understand. You already have everything you need to make money on YouTube. If you have a device to watch videos, you also have a device to make videos. So let's set up your channel properly. First, make a brand new Google account. Then, create a YouTube channel from that account. Then, add the profile picture and the banner. For branding, I recommend choosing a face or recognizable figure. The human brain is obsessed with faces. In fact, we even imagine faces in random objects. So if your channel icon includes a face or character, people will notice you faster and click more often. Once you have completed these first 2 steps, congratulations! You're already ahead of 99% of people who say they want to start but never do. Step 2. Content sourcing. Now that we have our channel, our next goal is to get monetized. The rules are simple. We need a strategy to get at least 10 million shorts views and at least 1,000 subscribers. But don't worry, I got this exact channel monetized within 12 days on a brand new account. The best thing about this is that you can easily replicate it. And here is how. First of all, just chill out. Everyone on YouTube loves repeating this idea that you need to warm up your channel so that YouTube doesn't think you're a bot. They tell you to scroll on shorts, comment, like, share, etc. And most beginners copy them without ever questioning it. But here's the truth. All that warm-up does is waste your time that you could spend on sourcing actual content. So yes, the whole warm-up ritual is a myth. Now, the second thing most people get wrong when starting a new channel is picking a niche. Every tutorial tells you to do it, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't choose a niche because shorts don't work like that. The algorithm will always reward numbers over categories. Picking a niche takes time and locks you into a format forever, limiting your virality and creativity. And for this reason, I have a different strategy. Do not pick a niche. Do this instead. Recreate standalone videos that are already going viral. Let me show you the actual example I used on my very first video that is currently at 73 million views. First, I open a new incognito tab and go to Shorts. This way, my feed is not personalized and YouTube shows me what's actually trending right now. Then I start scrolling until I find a faceless video that is currently going viral. I open up the description to see how many views it got and when it was uploaded. Then I can either recreate it or leave it and look for a better one. But in this case, I choose to recreate it. Let's take a look. So this is the original video. I muted it so you can hear me speak. And I also trimmed it because it was pretty long. But as you guys can see, it's just a compilation of dogs protecting their owners, nothing special. And this is my video. It's exactly the same format, but different clips. From standalone clips, I created a narrative where I compare how dogs protect their owners badly, and this one, at the end, with the school emoji, ties it all together by showing what a true protecting dog looks like. As you can see, even though I made it months later, it almost got exactly the same amount of views regardless. If I repeat this process once per day, then boom, I have an infinite supply of content ideas that is already proven to work because it came straight from the YouTube Shorts feed. This strategy is so genius because instead of working from scratch and pouring work into ideas that are set up to fail, we backwards engineer the virality of our video by leveraging what already works for others. But here's where you need to be careful. Notice how I said recreate instead of steal? If you steal videos, YouTube destroys your channel. You're not only going to get no money, you're also going to get hit by copyright strikes, and YouTube might even remove your channel. This is why I never steal videos. When I find a video of dogs protecting their owners, means that the concept is trending, and I can recreate the same concept with different footage in a way that complies with YouTube's policy. In US copyright law, fair use allows someone to use copyrighted content under certain conditions without needing permission. permission from the copyright owner. So YouTube does allow you to use other people's clips, but only if you change them enough so they become your original content with new meaning, context, and commentary. And it is the key to earning money ethically on YouTube without the need to show your face. So where do you actually find the footage to create these videos? This is honestly the question I get asked the most. Everyone wants to know where I source my material. Now, I've given you the strategy, but when it comes to my sources, I can't share them publicly with everyone. If I did, thousands of people would swarm them and the footage would become saturated and useless overnight. However, for those of you who are serious, I keep my private workflow, including my exact sources list, editing, and posting workflow, locked away on Gumroad. While I can't guarantee that using it will get you monetized, what I can say is that's the one I use and it made me 23,000 euros last month alone. So yes, it is paid, because I'm essentially handing over the blueprint to my business. You don't need it to start and you can definitely figure out things on your own, but for those of you who want to follow my exact method, the link is gonna be in the description. Now moving on to step 3. Editing. Once you have about 3 to 10 clips for your video, you need to edit them. To do this, you are going to open up your video editing app, which is in this case Premiere Pro. But you can also use CapCut, DaVinci, or any other app you prefer. For our work, they're just as good as Premiere. If you have never edited a video before, go watch a short 10-minute CapCut tutorial from YouTube. Believe me, it's easier than it looks and you catch on to it fast. The whole reason behind editing is to make the clips we use into our own original content. So the easiest way to do this is by adding new context, changing the pacing, and reframing the story with editing. These formats count as transformative, but it also depends on how much you are going to change the clips. For example, I've heard that the ranking niche recently just got demonetized since it doesn't change the meaning of the original clips. So once again, just make sure that you add some sort of value to the original clips to make sure that your content will be transformative. Now, let's look at how to do that. Inside your editing app, pull the clips onto the timeline. Create a project 20 to 60 seconds long, since in my experience, this length gets the most views. Then trim the videos so only the most engaging parts are included. From then, we're going to create cuts about every 4 seconds. When comparing clips, you can show one of them for the first 4 seconds and then cut to the second for the next few seconds. We do this to maintain the viewer's attention for as long as possible. Then, if you're done with that, just add your captions and explanations to the video. This can be educational, a critique, or just extra context. You can zoom, crop, slow down, or reorder clips to show something in the clip that the original creator missed or didn't intend. After this, you can add the signature school emoji at the end of the video for shock value. Quick export, and there you go. You're done. You just made your first video. This process usually takes me just about 30 minutes, and it is the only work I do for one day. And honestly, YouTube Shorts is one of the easiest ways to make money right now. On good days, I can make $1,000 to $2,000 per day just by doing 30 minutes of work, which is basically nothing. You can see an example here when I take you through the entire process whilst explaining what I do and why I do it. I put the entire video on Gumroad next to my sources list and my template. Step 4. Posting. We're already done with the most difficult parts, so don't stop now. Posting is definitely the easiest process yet, but still, you would be surprised how many people get it wrong. So first and foremost, the type of content you post decides how much your channel will make. That's because YouTube pays you based on your RPM, which means revenue per mile. In simple terms, it is how much YouTube gives you every time your video hits 1,000 views. And what decides your RPM? Your audience. Views from certain countries pay more than others. For example, English-speaking countries like the US or UK or Australia have a much higher RPM than the rest of the world. This is why you should always use English voice or captions, preferably both, because you want as much of your viewers to be English as possible, since this will increase your RPM. But once again, you need to pay attention, because you should never, I repeat, never use VPN to upload your videos. Firstly, because this signals danger to the algorithm that you might be a bot. Second, it wouldn't help anyway, because it only changes where your content is uploaded from, not where it's viewed from. So in order to make content with high RPM, you should target English-speaking people and hope for the best. Now that you understand this, open up YouTube and click this icon down here. Select the video you made and click next. Then select a song of your choice. No, it won't be copyrighted. Everything that's in the YouTube library, you are allowed to use. I only use a select list of folk songs, and of course you can find it on Gumroad. When choosing a title, always use a highly searched simple keyword so people can also discover your video through search, not by just scrolling. You can simply ask any AI to list these for for you. For hashtags, the only one you definitely need here is hashtag shorts, but you can still include 1 or 2 extra if you want. Sometimes I also put hashtag respect into the titles, but to be honest, they don't really affect the video that much. Then what you should do next is scroll onto the thumbnail to find the most intriguing image that you think people would click, and set this as a thumbnail. This will later drive people to view even after the algorithm stops pushing it. Next, tick this box specifically, because it is important for the algorithm not to send your content to YouTube Kids. And now you can go ahead and ignore all the rest of the settings and just click post. Once you're done with posting, do not rewatch or refresh your video waiting for use. Just let it sit and do the work by itself. Congratulations, you posted your first video. Now you can just rinse and repeat the entire process. Aim for at least 1 video per day to show YouTube that you are consistent and you're able to post regularly. YouTube always favors long-term consistency over quick virality. You can post more if you want, especially on Fridays and weekends, since these are the days that most people watch shorts. But be careful not to exceed 4 videos per day, since this way YouTube again might flag your account as being a bot. The time of posting doesn't matter, since it does not affect the views you get. You can literally read this within YouTube Studio. And finally, the most important lesson I learned myself: if your channel doesn't take off within the first month and keeps getting stuck in 0, 30k or 100k view jail, the best move is to start an entirely new channel. YouTube's algorithm puts invisible labels on your channel based on your early videos' performance. If you keep uploading content that gets low views, the system learns that your channel is only relevant for a very small audience. It won't push you wide anymore, even if your later videos are really good. I personally restarted 4 times before succeeding with this channel, but this can vary from person to person. The most important thing is to keep going and improving your videos. And now, what you've all been waiting for, moving on to our secret tip that took me from this to this. In this final chapter, I will change the way you think about content so you can start posting in a way that glues people to their screens. I call this method the retention psychology. Think of the YouTube algorithm as a relentless machine. It does not care about your niche, your personality, or even your subscriber count. It only cares about one thing: retention. If people keep watching, the machine pushes your video. If they stop, it buries it. It is that simple. If you go into YouTube Analytics, you can check this out for yourself. Click on a video you uploaded and click on engagement. If you scroll down here, you will see your own retention graph. The faster this number drops, the less people will see your video, and the less money you will also make. This is where retention psychology comes in. We can take psychology and turn it on our side to keep people watching for as long as possible. I have a template for it, and if you want to understand, you need to think in terms of 3s. A video has 3 psychological parts: a hook, a body, and a reward. The first one is the hook. This is the first 3 seconds of your video, and this is everything. It is more important than anything else in the rest of your video. This is where you win or lose the viewer. Think about it. If you upload a video that is 30 seconds long, but your viewer scrolls at the 3rd second, those rest of the 27 seconds remaining will never be seen. It could be that those 27 seconds were the best video ever, but your viewer will never find out because he scrolled. What's even worse is that those 27 seconds were 90% of your video, which they never watched, so your retention will drop, and the algorithm will sense that your hook is weak, stopping it from becoming viral. This is why you need to keep them watching no matter what. Use an audio hook, a visual hook, and a text hook all at once, so the viewer's brain gets hit with the curiosity before they can even scroll. The second part of your video is your body. Once you grab their attention, the main content needs to keep it. The easiest way is to use clips that are universal and instantly understandable, like animals, transformations, disasters, or satisfying moments. Keep the pacing fast with frequent cuts, zooms, and small animations every few seconds. Your audio design should also support the story, trending music for the energy, and sound effects to add realism, shock, or satisfaction. People also respond to basic biological triggers. Sex, food, babies, animals, storytelling, conflict, and shock value all make the viewer's brain pay attention. Even rage bait can work. Tiny mistakes or typos can make more people comment, driving engagement up. And use bright saturated colors so your visuals pop on the small screen. And now for the final part, the reward. The reward is the ending of your video where you decide your engagement. Put your most rewarding or most outrageous moment at the very end so the viewer feels a payoff. Always cut the video immediately after the payoff so you don't drag out your own watch time. You can also add one simple call to action like asking them to comment or subscribe, but never overload the viewers. Remember, it is all about retention. And with that said, now you might understand why I asked you to replay this video with your phone upside down while you do something else. This would put my watch time at 200%, and it is the best way to support me. I'm grateful for your attention, and good luck to all of you. Mwah.